Hi everyone, welcome to this update video. I really hope you're doing amazing today. Now we've got tropical storm SARA. So SARA has formed in the Western Caribbean and is a major flood threat to Central America. It is going to be moving very slowly and dumping lots of rain over the course of the coming days. So that is going to increase the risk of those mudslides as well. So we're going to be talking about all the latest details for SARA, where it could go after affecting Central America as well, and the overall future for the system. So there's a lot of uncertainty down the road, but let's go ahead and get straight into the details. So we're looking at the satellite imagery here for the North Atlantic. We can see that prominent frontal system which extends down towards the vicinity of the Caribbean, maybe bringing some showers to parts of the northeastern islands. Let me know what's going on for you. And there we can see a lot of convection. All those white dots, they indicate lightning strikes, all associated with SARA, and even a bit of action popping up across parts of northern South America this afternoon. So we're going to be looking at the rainfall forecast for the Caribbean on a whole, and after which we're going to delve straight into the details regarding SARA. Alright, so here we are looking at the rainfall forecast, and the more color we see indicates more rain. So between now and around late into the morning hours of tomorrow, we can see here that it gets very colorful for Honduras, the Bay Islands, even the offshore islands, the Keys of Belize as well. Very colorful in that area, the northernmost part of Nicaragua as well. So there's going to be a lot of rain induced by SARA, up to maybe around 5+ inches between now and early tomorrow. There's already been heavy rain in the area. If you're in the Bay Islands, the Keys, Honduras, let me know what's going on for you. Even the Cayman Islands nearby may experience some periods of heavy rainfall as well. And eventually SARA will be moving slowly, but this rain threat is going to then spread into Mexico, maybe parts of northern Guatemala and Belize. So overall, there's a lot of moisture that SARA is inducing, which is going to help to fuel the rainfall activity. But the main system itself is going to be moving around extremely slowly, and that is what poses that major rain threat. Because if this was going to be in and out within a day, it would be bad and not so bad. But when we're talking about days of rain, that is where that major flood threat comes in. So that is going to be the primary concern. It's not so much about how strong it will be. Will it become a hurricane? It really does not matter. And that's something else I want to talk about as well in a moment. But looking elsewhere in northern South America, we're already seeing some showers, thunderstorms popping up. That's going to be the story through much of today for parts of Colombia and even Venezuela, parts of Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana as well. A bit of action popping up there this afternoon with all that atmospheric instability. A couple showers may loiter around parts of Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, and even headed to the ABC Islands. And then, as I had mentioned, that frontal system extends into the northeastern Caribbean, so parts of the Leeward Islands, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and even towards Hispaniola could be experiencing some showers and may experience some additional periods of heavy rain as we head through the rest of today and into tomorrow. Jamaica, there will likely be some showers around, maybe some thunderstorms popping up as well. That's already happened this evening for some areas. We could see this recurring as we head throughout the rest of today. And then for parts of Cuba, not going to be very active today. We're not seeing much color around. Same thing for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and even as we look towards Florida. Now, talking more about SARA, let's move on to the cone forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Here we have it for this afternoon, and as of right now, SARA has maximum sustained winds up to 40 miles per hour, so it recently became a named storm and is accelerating westward at 12 miles per hour. So it is moving at 12 miles per hour now, but let's look at the location of where the center is expected to be. Remember, we looked at the satellite imagery and there is a lot of rain associated with it, right? It's not just about the center. The entire system is quite huge, so much of Central America is being impacted. Let's look at it. This is the expected location Friday, early Saturday, and then eventually, as you're going to be heading into next week, we don't see a stamp for Sunday, but Monday is when it will be just right at the border, expected to be right at the border of Guatemala and Mexico as a depression. So it is going to be interacting with land. It's going to be dumping a lot of heavy rain, maybe over the course of the next 3 to 4 days. And that is going to be bringing that major flood threat, as I had mentioned. Over 20 inches of rain expected within the vicinity of the Bay Islands and even parts of northern Honduras itself. So this is going to be a major rainmaker. Please stay safe, guys. Please do not take any unnecessary risks and listen to the orders given by your local officials. So there is a tropical storm warning in effect for the Bay Islands of Honduras and for much of the northern coast of Honduras. Tropical storm watch for the northeasterly section of Nicaragua, as those tropical storm conditions will be possible. But again, it's not so much about the winds, because I'm not expecting SARA to strengthen much at all. I doubt it will become a hurricane at this point too, because it is going to be interacting interacting with land. Even though the environment is favorable upper level winds, lots of moisture around, as well as those very warm surface waters. Let's stop right there. The very warm surface waters, that's the primary ingredient needed for intensification to take place. So when we find the system circulation being over land and water, or really just being between both, I mean, conditions are still not going to be ideal. So as I said, not expecting SARA to strengthen much at all, as it is going to be loitering in the area because it will be interacting a lot with land. But as I said, it's not so much about the intensity of it. It's going to be a major rainmaker, and the water is the primary concern. And then, of course, it will be a storm. For now, the National Hurricane Center is expecting peak winds maybe up to 50 miles per hour or so. And then it is going to be moving over water into the Gulf of Honduras and then making landfall in Belize. So that is expected maybe by Sunday night. And thereafter, it should move over land again, weaken into a depression, and then accelerate into the Gulf. By that time, a frontal system could be coming down, and that would only make things even worse for SARA in terms of increasing the unfavorability of the environment by bringing down that cool, dry air, as well as the upper level winds kicking up. So that is going to help to shred it to pieces. So as of right now, that is the expected track of SARA. It's going to be moving very slow. It will be loitering around Central America for days, dumping a lot of rain. And over the course of the next few days, so this goes out to November 17th. They're seeing Tropical Depression 19 because it wasn't updated as SARA at the time. So this was earlier this morning. We can see these shadings here and the different and the colors with the amount of rainfall that they indicate over to the right side of your screen. So again, Honduras, the Bay Islands. The Bay Islands are not shown here, weirdly, but the Bay Islands will be experiencing a lot of rain, maybe up to 16 plus inches. Northern Honduras, 20 plus inches between now and as we're going to be heading into Sunday. So a lot of heavy rain is expected from SARA. Now, in terms of the track of it, the models are kind of more solid because remember that they were showing that initially, hey, the front is going to come out, it's going to pull SARA back into the Caribbean, but then no, it's going to allow it to go up to the Gulf. We were seeing the models being pretty much all over the place, but this is what I was saying earlier in the week as well, that as time goes by, we're going to have a much better idea of what is going to eventually happen, and time will tell. Time is certainly telling. So here we can see on the model track guidance that the models are pretty much in decent agreement that SARA is going to continue moving generally westward. For now, it's going to slow down a lot. This is the next 3 days from now, 72 hours from now is when the system is expected to be about to make landfall in Belize, and then 4 days out, that's when it's going to be approaching the Bay of Campeche and then eventually make its way into the Gulf of Mexico. So we see that the models are kind of more solid with the track of the system. We see a couple of them take it towards Florida. We'll see how that goes, but as I said, conditions in the Gulf are getting more and more unfavorable. The hurricane season is coming to its inevitable end. Waters are getting cooler. Conditions are going to be getting more hostile for tropical cyclogenesis to be sustained or even to develop as well. But that's what's going on now, guys. We have Tropical Storm SARA. It is a major rainmaker right now for Central America, and it is a life-threatening situation. But I'm here to keep you guys posted as per usual. So that is what I wanted to share with you in this update video. And I really do hope that you found it to be very informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I will respond to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.